The setting sun cast long golden rays over the rugged mountains of Colorado as Isabella stepped off the bus in Charleston. She clutched a worn-out suitcase, but the real weight she carried was far heavier. The burden of shattered dreams and a heart bruised by betrayal. She never imagined that at 28 years old, she would be starting over with nothing but memories and unanswered questions. Go to Charleston, my dear. There, the stones tell stories, and the winds carry secrets. Her grandmother Celestine's words echoed in her mind as she walked through the narrow, cobblestone streets of the historic town. Every uneven stone beneath her feet seemed to whisper a tale of the past. At the small inn where she planned to stay, an elderly woman with silver hair and warm eyes greeted her. You have her eyes. Isabella's breath hitched. Mrs. Zephyr, the innkeeper, smiled knowingly. I met Celestine many years ago. She always said her granddaughter would come one day. That night, as Isabella lay in the quiet solitude of her room, her thoughts drifted to the turbulent storm of the past month, a storm that had ripped her life apart. She had dedicated 5 years to an advertising agency in Chicago, believing she was building a future. But one day, without warning, she was dismissed. Shocked, confused, and desperate for comfort, she had turned to Richard, her fiancé, her safe place. But fate had one final blow to deliver. She found him with her best friend, the betrayal cutting deeper than any wound. Everything she had built crumbled like a house of cards. Now, here she was, in a town she had never planned to visit, seeking answers she didn't even know she needed. The next few days passed in a blur of aimless wandering. She drifted through Charleston's historic streets, getting lost among Baroque churches and colonial mansions. There was something magnetic in the air, an unseen force that seemed to pull her forward. One afternoon, her feet carried her far beyond the bustling heart of the town, where the mountains met the sky in a silent embrace. Exhausted, physically and emotionally, she sat beside a deserted road, her fingers trembling as she wiped away the tears she had held back for too long. Then, she heard it. A distant sound, so soft at first that she thought it was her imagination, a rhythmic drumming, deep and powerful. The sound grew louder, echoing off the valley walls. Isabella lifted her head, her breath catching in her throat as a herd of wild horses thundered into view. Their manes flowed like silk banners, and their hooves struck the earth in perfect harmony. Among them, one horse stood apart, a majestic white mare, her coat gleaming like freshly fallen snow. The mare locked eyes with Isabella, and at that moment, something unspoken passed between them. The horse broke away from the herd, moving toward her with supernatural grace. Isabella did not move. The mare's muzzle brushed against her cheek, gently drying the silent tears that still clung to her skin. The touch carried something beyond warmth, beyond comfort. It was as if the universe itself had orchestrated this moment, guiding her to this place, to this horse. And then, something caught her eye. A metallic glint near the mare's hooves, partially buried in the rich red earth. A key. The metal was cold beneath her fingertips, yet it seemed to pulse with energy, as if whispering forgotten secrets. Its intricate symbols shimmered, shifting like living runes in the twilight glow. That night, as she sat beneath the dim glow of a bedside lamp, she turned the ancient key over in her hands, her mind racing with questions. Who had left it here? Why did she feel as if she was meant to find it? And most importantly, what door did it open? The lamp's glow flickered softly as Isabella traced her fingers over the intricate symbols on the key. The metal felt strangely alive, humming with an energy she couldn't explain. When she finally fell asleep, her dreams were filled with images of white horses running across endless fields and a voice, soft yet commanding, whispering words she couldn't quite understand. You have found the way, my dear. Now, you must find the door. The next morning, as she descended the stairs of the small inn, Mrs. Zephyr's reaction was immediate. The elderly woman's eyes widened as they landed on the key dangling from Isabella's neck. The tray she was carrying slipped from her hands, shattering against the floor. So, it has begun. Mrs. Zephyr's voice was barely a whisper. Isabella's heart skipped a beat. What do you mean? Do you know what this key is? Before the innkeeper could answer, the front door burst open, and a young man rushed inside. His dark brown eyes flickered with urgency, his gaze locking onto the key. "You found it," he breathed. Isabella took a cautious step back. Who are you? My name is Caius. I'm a historian, and if you have that key, we need to talk. Now. They sat at a small cafe on Main Street, where the morning mist still clung to the rooftops. Caius pulled an old leather-bound book from his bag, its pages yellowed with age. He flipped through it quickly, finally stopping at a page covered in symbols nearly identical to the ones on Isabella's key. These symbols belong to an ancient language, one that only a select few can read. Your grandmother Celestine was one of them. Isabella's heart pounded in her chest. My grandmother. Caius nodded, his gaze intense. Charleston is more than just a historic town. It sits at the convergence of ancient elemental energies. For centuries, guardians have protected this balance, keeping harmony between nature and the human world. Isabella shook her head. Guardians? Elemental energies? What are you talking about? Caius leaned closer. Your grandmother was one of them. She stared at him, speechless. It was then that Isabella noticed something through the cafe window. The white mare from the day before was standing in the distant fields, her piercing gaze fixed in their direction. Caius followed Isabella's gaze and smiled knowingly. They are more than just animals, he said. They are guardians too. Before Isabella could process what that meant, an elderly woman approached their table. Her face was lined with age, but her eyes carried a depth of wisdom that sent a shiver down Isabella's spine. I am Mrs. Cora, she said. Your grandmother was my best friend. We've been waiting for you, Isabella. They walked in silence through Charleston's old streets, until they reached a dimly lit library filled with ancient books and maps. Mrs. Cora placed her wrinkled hands over Isabella's. Your grandmother was the guardian of fire, she explained. And that key, it's the key of elements. It has the power to open portals between worlds. Isabella tightened her grip on the key. But why me? Mrs. Cora's eyes softened. Because Celestine knew you would come. The elements always call to their guardians. Suddenly, a distant rumble shook the ground. Through the library's large windows, dark clouds swirled unnaturally over the mountains, moving in a perfect circular formation. Morana, Mrs. Cora whispered, her face pale. She is returning. A chill ran down Isabella's spine. Who is Morana? Caius' jaw tightened. An ancient guardian who turned to darkness. She wants to corrupt the balance of the elements, and that key is the only thing that can stop her. Isabella looked at the key hanging around her neck, feeling its weight in a completely new way. It wasn't just a mysterious object anymore. It was a legacy, a mission, a responsibility. The room felt heavier, as if the very air around them carried the weight of an ancient secret. Isabella traced her fingers over the symbols on the key, their patterns shifting slightly under the dim light. You didn't come here by accident, Mrs. Cora murmured. The elements are waking up, and Morana knows it. Caius leaned forward, his voice low but urgent. Over the past few months, the signs have been growing stronger. The old mines have been resonating with strange energy. The plants are withering, and even the animals sense the disturbance. A gust of wind blew through the library's open window, carrying a strange whisper that sent a shiver down Isabella's spine. We must act quickly, Mrs. Cora continued. The key will guide us to the other guardians. Isabella tightened her grip on the metal. Guardians. Yes, Caius nodded. The key is connected to 4 elemental forces: water, earth, air, and fire. Each element has a guardian, and right now, we only know one of them. He pointed at Isabella. You. She swallowed hard, but before she could respond, the library door burst open. A young woman stepped inside, her dark eyes fixed on the key. The river brought me here, she said simply. Mrs. Cora smiled knowingly. The guardian of water, she whispered. The woman nodded. My name is Maya. The waters have been whispering warnings. Something is wrong. Asterisk. That night, a violent storm lashed the city. But this wasn't a normal storm. The lightning crackled with a strange greenish hue, and the wind carried voices, laughing, crying, whispering in an unknown language. Maya stood at the window, her expression grim. "This is no ordinary tempest," she murmured. "Morana is testing our defenses." Then came the attack. While investigating the old mines, a dark force lunged toward Isabella, its form shifting like living smoke, its red eyes glowing with hunger. The shadow wrapped itself around Isabella's throat, tightening its grip. She gasped for air, struggling against the darkness. Suddenly, a jet of water shot forward, striking the shadow and dispersing it. Maya stood at her side, her hands still raised, the remnants of water swirling around her fingertips. "That was a warning," she whispered. "Time is running out." Caius helped Isabella to her feet, his face pale but determined. Asterisk, "We need to find the other guardians. Now." Asterisk. The next morning, Isabella noticed something strange. The flowers in the town square had withered overnight. A thick fog covered the oldest streets, and even the wild horses, the same ones Isabella had seen before, were restless. Maya placed her palm against an old stone wall, closing her eyes. "The elements are at war," she said. "Water, earth, air, and fire. They are fighting each other instead of working in harmony." Her words sent a chill down Isabella's spine. "Then we don't just need to find the guardians," Caius said. "We need to unite them." That afternoon, while studying ancient maps of the city, a new visitor arrived at the library. He was tall and lean, with windswept hair and a distant look in his eyes. Around his neck, he carried a small locket, bearing symbols nearly identical to those on Isabella's key. "The air currents brought me here," he said. "Something is disturbing the winds in the mountains." Mrs. Cora smiled softly. "The guardian of air," she announced. Caius exhaled in relief. Asterisk. Now, only 2 remain. Asterisk. But before they could celebrate, a scream echoed through the city. Rushing toward the town square, they found one of Charleston's oldest trees, twisted and blackened, its branches writhing like snakes. Isabella stared in horror. "Time is running out," Caius murmured. "Morana is growing stronger." A heavy silence fell over the town. The ancient tree in the square, once strong and full of life, stood twisted and lifeless, its blackened branches twitching unnaturally, as if possessed by something unseen. Caius clenched his fists. Asterisk. Morana's influence is spreading. Asterisk. Mrs. Cora nodded solemnly. Asterisk. We are running out of time. Asterisk. The air was thick, filled with the scent of burnt wood and something unnatural. Then, the ground trembled beneath them. A crack split through the cobblestones, and from the earth, a figure emerged, her feet bare, her skin dusted with soil, and her golden eyes glinting with something ancient and powerful. "I have been waiting," she said, her voice deep and steady. Isabella stared in shock. Asterisk. Who are you? Asterisk. Mrs. Cora smiled. Asterisk. The guardian of earth. Asterisk. The woman shook the dust from her clothes, her dark curls streaked with gray, her presence radiating raw strength. "The mountain trembles with fear," she said. "The roots whisper of danger. Morana is near." That night, the air grew heavier. Something was coming. Isabella lay awake, the key pulsing against her skin like a heartbeat. Then, a low roar rumbled through the sky. She rushed to the window, eyes widening at the sight of a wall of fire in the distant forest. The flames weren't normal. They glowed purple and green, twisting unnaturally, as if alive. The townspeople ran in panic, firefighters struggling against the unnatural blaze. "It's her," whispered Mrs. Cora. Asterisk. She's trying to destroy the elemental portals. Asterisk. Caius shouted over the chaos. Asterisk. If she succeeds, the balance will be lost forever. Asterisk. Then, amidst the flames, a figure emerged. A firefighter, but different from the others. He stood at the edge of the inferno, his eyes reflecting the same strange glow as the flames. With one swift motion of his hand, the fire shifted, bending and curling as if answering his command. Isabella gasped. "It's him," she whispered. "The guardian of fire." The man stumbled back, his expression filled with confusion and fear. What is happening to me? He asked, staring at his trembling hands, still radiating faint embers. Isabella stepped forward, her heart pounding. You are one of us. For a moment, he hesitated, uncertainty flickering in his gaze. Then, as if drawn by some unseen force, he lifted his head, meeting her eyes with newfound resolve. The Guardians were complete. For the first time in centuries, the 5 elements had reunited. A new energy pulsed through Charleston, the air sharper, the earth firmer, the water purer, the fire steadier. The white mare, who had been silently watching all along, nickered softly her eyes gleaming with unspoken knowledge. But there was no time to celebrate. As dawn broke, a chilling sight awaited them. The statue in the town square, once a symbol of Charleston's legacy, now stood twisted and blackened, its eyes glowing with a sinister red light. "It's a message," said Nina, her hand pressed against the corrupted stone. She is challenging us. Mrs. Cora's expression darkened. We can no longer delay. It's time to face Morana. She unfurled an ancient map, tracing her fingers across the marked locations. The elemental nexus is hidden deep within the oldest mountain. That is where she will make her final stand. Isabella looked at the faces around her. Caius, her steadfast companion, Maya with her unshakable will, Icarus ever watchful, Nina strong as the earth itself, and Ravi still uncertain, but filled with fire. "Tomorrow," Isabella said, her voice steady. We fight. The morning air was eerily still. Charleston, a city once alive with movement, now held its breath, waiting for what was to come. Isabella tightened her grip on the key around her neck. It pulsed, a heartbeat of power urging her forward. The Guardians gathered outside Mrs. Cora's house, their faces etched with determination and quiet fear. Mrs. Cora's voice was heavy. "Before you go, there's something you must know." She turned to Isabella, her aged eyes filled with sorrow. Morana isn't just a fallen guardian. A pause stretched between them. She was your grandmother's twin sister. The words hit Isabella like a physical blow. She staggered back, her mind racing. That can't be. But deep inside, she felt the truth. The same fire that burned in her veins, burned in Morana's too. Celestine and Morana were twin guardians of fire, Mrs. Cora continued. But while Celestine embraced balance, Morana sought control. The rift between them had shattered the world once before. And now, it threatened to do so again. Isabella's chest tightened. Then I am the only one who can stop her. The mountain loomed ahead, its peaks shrouded in mist. The earth trembled beneath their feet, as if warning them to turn back. But they pressed on. The white mare, a silent sentinel, led the way. Then, Icarus froze. We are not alone. A shadow twisted through the trees. A figure, tall and wreathed in darkness. Welcome, little guardians, Morana's voice echoed around them, cold and sharp as ice. The air thickened with unseen energy. Have you come to witness the dawn of a new era? Isabella stepped forward, her pulse hammering. We've come to stop you. Morana's laughter rang out, low and mocking. So much like Celestine. She lifted a pale hand, and the shadows around her came to life, twisting, snarling creatures born of darkness itself. The Guardians braced themselves. Maya called the water, Icarus summoned the wind, Nina stirred the earth, and Ravi ignited flames in his palms. The battle erupted. Darkness clashed with the elements, the world trembling under the weight of their power. But Morana's true target was Isabella. She moved swiftly, appearing before her in a blink. "Join me," she whispered. "Together, we can rule this world." For a moment, Isabella felt the pull, the raw, intoxicating power. It offered vengeance. It offered control. But then, she heard Caius's voice. Isabella. Remember who you are. The spell broke. Isabella raised the key, and golden light erupted, piercing the darkness, severing Morana's hold. The guardians rallied, their powers uniting as one. Maya's water surged, Nina's earth steadied them, Icarus's winds roared, and Ravi's flames burned bright. The light of the key expanded, engulfing Morana. Her scream echoed through the mountains. No. But it wasn't anger anymore. It was pain. For the first time, Isabella saw it in her eyes. Beneath the vengeance, beneath the power-hungry rage, was a woman lost in grief. The weight of centuries of exile. The pain of being torn from her sister. Isabella stepped forward, her voice steady. It's over, Aunt Morana. The darkness around her flickered. Come home. A single tear slipped from Morana's eye. And then, she fell to her knees. The shadows unraveled. The storm ceased. And for the first time in decades, Morana let go. Charleston breathed again. The waters ran clear. The earth stilled. The air was fresh, no longer heavy with fear. Morana, weakened but no longer consumed by darkness, stood beside Mrs. Cora. I have much to atone for, she said softly. Mrs. Cora smiled. Redemption is a journey, not a destination. The guardians stood together, bound by something deeper than fate. The white mare lifted her head, watching them with eyes full of knowing. What happens now? Caius asked. Isabella fingered the key around her neck. A new beginning lay ahead. Now, she said, smiling, we live. We protect. We remember. As the sun set over Charleston, casting the sky in golden fire, the guardians knew. This was only the beginning.